Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Riptide 2022. We are here with Splatoon 3. We are going into Pool 4, and we have had 3 great pools ahead of us. We are looking for, this is the last set of pools before finals. I am Boing, and I am here with Sampson.
I'm Sampson. Welcome to the Riptide event of 2022. We are here joined with these 2 amazing teams, Totsugeki and Toxic Punks. An amazing team. You know a little bit about Toxic Punks?
Yes, so Toxic Punks, I'm familiar with half of their roster because my team plays with them all the time. Wipeout Punks, they are, I don't even know what div to call them. They climb, they also have a huge roster, but today we're seeing Yovi and Rin, and while Yovi is frequently the face of Wipeout Punks, he wants to make sure everyone knows he's not the captain of Wipeout Punks. And I wish I know we got Saturn Squin and Ism, which I've played with them. We scrimmed specifically Toxic Punks this week. They're looking strong. They're probably ready to make some waves today, and I'm sure they're excited to be on stream, but I can't wait to see what they pull out. I really can't predict. This is the first day of this game, so we don't know whether they're going to pick. It's not like Splatoon 2 at all.
Yeah. In terms of teams where we know what they're going to do, though, Totsugeki, they're going to have a Reef Slider. That's a whole reference to Guilty Gear, one of the favorite special moves in that game. 100% my favorite special in the game. I think it's overpowered. But what's even more powerful, I think, is that roster. Crimson Shadow, Drift, Trail 2, and Tyuster, an amazing team. Tyuster, I've been playing against recently in the Ink Odyssey drafts, an amazing place to go to, and they have absolutely shredded me with their skills. And I'm not surprised to see that they're here already so far up in the stage on round 4.
Yeah, I am envious of anyone who's feeling super on top of their game going into this event this weekend. I feel like a lot of people have just been so anticipating Splatoon 3 that they kind of were just stepping away from Splatoon 2 for a little bit, just kind of hyping themselves up, getting ready. But some people, they really just kept on that grind. They're working on it. They're feeling tip-top shape into the new game, which feels great. It looks great. The weapons are awesome. So, like, these skills are going to transfer, and we just don't know how they're going to apply them, but I think we're going to see some high-level play.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad to see there's so many returners like Drift, who's coming back, a former 20PQ member who's absolutely cracked, in my opinion. Took a bit of a break from the game, and he's here at Riptide showing his stuff off again. And we do have, as you said, people who've been grinding out still and persisting. So we're really seeing a nice clash of power and skill here, as well as perseverance.
That's awesome, and especially I think the note that like Splatoon 3 players, it's bringing a lot of older talent back. I think that experience is going to come into play. Even if your mechanics aren't as like fine-tuned and honed as they would be if you were actively playing, playing on LAN is kind of a unique beast. So for some people, it amps them up, and for some people, you know, it gets the nerves going. But if you've been doing LANs before and you have that experience, like, you know how you're going to react, and you're going to be ready to play right now.
Yeah, 100%. This is my first time ever playing on LAN, and you just feel like you have an entirely different sense of skill and presence. It feels, honestly, it's an entirely different game for me.
Yeah, Splatoon 3, I mean, we just played it on LAN for the first time today. It definitely feels similar to 2, but in a good way. I love LAN. I get hype on LAN. I love hearing people react. I love knowing that people are right behind me watching. I love knowing that no matter how well my microphone's working, if I yell loud enough, they will hear me. And just those little things, like, I just love that presence and that energy, and you get to feed off of everyone so well. And I'm sure I'm not the only one like that. So those experienced players who are coming in with that experience, I think they're going to know to leverage those tools. You're not playing it the same way you're playing online.
100% not.
Not to mention the absence of lag.
Oh, the absence of lag is huge here. And we're talking about, like, amazing players. Yovi plays H3. That's a weapon that has a delay and is a semi-automatic. That weapon on LAN turns into a whole different beast. We're talking a look and you're gone.
Yeah, the difference between landing a 2-shot with an H3 and a 3-shot consistently, that's divs. Like,
yes.
Several divisions of skill, several brackets of placement. There's just so much there that adds. And having that level of consistency, if you're expecting it, is going to completely level up your gameplay and make you that much harder of an opponent to beat.
Yeah, 100%. And the same goes for even on the other side with Totsugeki. With Drift, knowing that they're a former member of Pew Pew, Bamboozler was, even before MPU, something regarded as highly skilled and just not able to do it. But here at the LAN environment, you can pull it off. You can pull it off.
Okay. And now looking through Toxic Punk's roster, we get some of their weapons pulled from either just self-submission or Sendu.Inc. We're probably going to see some brushes here. I mean, Saturn Squid, apparently, allegedly, plays brushes. Now, new game. A lot of brush players looked at the Splatana and said, that's what I'm going to play. It looks like a brush. Day one, we're like, this is not a brush. This is a blaster. This is a Squiffer. So
it's everything.
I don't know. It's either hype. I don't know how dedicated this player is to brushes. I know a one trick. So I'm like,
know
we know several one-tricks. A lot of Brush players are one-tricks, and that's totally fine. But I'm like, I never know. Are they going to flex off? I don't know how dedicated they are.
Yeah. If any weapon's going to do it, it'd be Splatana, though. That weapon is the epitome of cool fun. So
It's cool fun. It's flashy. If you pull off, I know you want to see a Squid Surge into a Splatana one-shot. I know you want to see it.
It's my favorite thing. Like, while you were over here practicing your tacticals, I was studying the blade. That's literally what it feels like. I love it so much.
Yeah, and I think everyone else is going to love it too. I am still not sold on the utility of the Squid Surge, but I want to see myself proven wrong. I want to see the new mechanics be everything like peppered in, adding some new stuff.
I truly think people worry about tactical. I think the Squid Roll is going to end up being a major problem later. I mean, it's free armor. It's something that's a super amazing way to get out or in, depending on how you use it, and just a free movement boost in really whatever direction you want to do.
Yeah, and that's worth noting. And I also want to know how many zaps are we going to see?
So many zaps. You thought Splat 2 would be the end of that weapon. It seems to just resurge, re-ballooned. It never went away.
I don't want to say I was hoping. It's nothing against the zap, but I'm just like, we're seeing it so much again. The weapon needs a breather. We want to see some other stuff,
it's
some
gone
other stars.
3 games with no break. What's hilarious was I went from Splat 1 as a zap main to 2, dropped the zap, and then 3, I'm picking it back up again. So I got my breather. That weapon has certainly been worked down to the bone, though.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's a classic. It's like the T-Tech. It's not ever going anywhere, but I kind of want to see some counterplays to this tacticaler. I can't even call it a meta. It's tacticaler first impression that we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a special get so much use as the way this is getting used today. That special is doing it all. Offensive, defensive, just sitting there to take shots on tower. It's quite honestly ridiculous. I know people are already calling for nerfs, and we're at hour 36. I don't even know.
I'm team hold up. Let's see. People wanted Blah Blobber to be nerfed when it came out, and look, it's like it's still good, but it's just you learn how to work around it. So I am holding my hopes out, and I hope we find out some innovation today. I want to see.
We already see strats like the tower getting the tactical destroyed by the tower preemptively, so you keep your special to grab another one.
All right, and as we're getting close to the match starting, we might want to start looking at where we're going here, and it looks like we're starting at Splat Zones on Eel Tail Alley.
That is, in my opinion, an amazing map. I love that map.
Is that the one with the 2 little zones?
That's the one with the big zone in the middle, and there's a little
zone in the middle, and the like grates across.
No, like the bridge across. It's not like Hammerhead.
Oh, right. This is the one that we saw in like the first trailers.
Yes, the first trailers, the first official turf war match we ever saw, really.
Yeah,
was Eel Tail Alley.
it's gonna take me a while. I gotta learn this stuff.
Yeah.
This one's good. I'm a backline at heart. I'm playing Splatlings. I want to be up top there and just kind of trying to dominate up there. I kind of want to trust my team to take care of the objective. I want to just be constantly applying pressure and like swatting flies. And I think this map gives a great opportunity for lots of maps with any scrap of range. They can just go up there and be like, again, swatting flies. I think you're just constantly picking off stragglers or anyone who gets a little too confident. And then your team that you got the supports, you got the painters, they're going to be down there doing their dirty work. They're doing the stuff. They're doing the stuff that gets the job done.
They're putting paint on the ground. Their boots are on.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see lots of play. I'm learning this game just as much as these players are, just as much as this audience is. So we're just kind of playing it by ear here, and I'm very excited to know what happens. We're just coming in on the last few moments until this game starts. I am very excited, but I really, again, we kind of talked about this. We got this collection of friends with some of that team synergy, and then there's this like collective of older players who are making a comeback.
And with Splatlands, that's not unusual. That's quite honestly, a common thing. And you'd think, oh, the old ones, they're not going to be as good. But what we see is old people can power up real fast.
Power up. People overhype like young, nimble minds. Okay, I just want to let the gameplay speak for it.
You want to let the gameplay speak for itself? I can't make a prediction. Honestly, there's no way this go either or. Here we see a Charger out. Chargers are really strong in this one.
And look, we got a Splatling on both teams, and there's that brush. No, oh no, Yovi's on the H3. So this is kind of what we expected here, and they're just kind of gunning for the zone. It looks like Toxic Punks is taking a little bit more of a painty route, going to build up those specials, bring them into their first fight, and they're going to want to come in and quit. Meanwhile, Totsugeki kind of trying to take as much ground. They want to have the physical, spacious advantage.
Seems like they've already claimed the area for the turf here. We can already see that they're pretty close to capping zone, and a good fight here on a knob against the NZAP here. Oh, and a cooler's up. Here we go. First round of specials.
First Tacticooler. Tacticooler initiates. There's one out of both teams, and players are falling down left and right, but don't worry, they'll be right back. Tacticooler is doing its job.
And in addition to that Tacticooler, we see the Sloshing with a Fizzy and a Booyah. Oh, and a nice
Oh my gosh,
double, a triple, a quad.
Direct everywhere. This machine is doing so much work with that extra movement speed, with that extra reliability from the Tacticooler.
Looks like they'll be able to maintain the zone.
Straight into the Booyah Bomb. I think they didn't intend to clip the top there because that's not going to paint the zone as well. Still no control, but I think we're going to see something flip soon.
Yep, absolutely. And with, 2 down on the side of Pink right now, I think it might go down. Oh, the trades are everywhere, but a wipe on Pink.
All right, we got a wipeout on the side of Totsugeki, and it looks like... Sorry, Totsugeki got the wipeout on Toxic Punks. They are advancing. They're trying to take this moment to twist Toxic Punk's arm and get right in there.
Right in there. And then there's a cooler there to support it, and they already have the specials and the positioning up. I mean, they were right up in their base the moment the zone got capped.
Toxic Punks is ready to fight, though. They're coming right in. Yovi is coming up here with this H3. Again, this weapon that can be so dangerous
and
in
an
the hands of
immediate
someone who trusts it. That fall-off pick, incredible. This zone is only neutral, though. They have to actually flip it to get that penalty on
this immediately see Drift with the returns on everything that Yovi's been doing. It's really a battle of the backlines here.
Rin is going in hot with that Nautilus and gets punished by the Trizuka, but I get what they were going for. Totsugeki holds onto the zone, no penalty. This is starting to get pretty serious for Toxic Punks. They got to figure out a new game plan.
Yep. It looks like Trello's already up. They may not even have a response to this one. They might have to just try again.
Down. That brush needs to stay alive.
And a wipeout.
Another wipeout. This is going to be so tough for Toxic Punks, but they cannot give up. This is only a best of 3. They better be getting in there. Those drops are dangerous. They got to pick a route and go.
Yeah, but with 2 specials on the side of green on Totsugeki, it's going to be really tough.
Tacticooler coming out. They're ready to defend. They're ready to respawn quick, and they're holding that zone all the way to the finish line. Game 1.
And the KO confetti shines.
To Totsugeki.
Ooh.
And I want to talk about what we saw a little bit there. The weapon pool, I actually haven't seen a ton of Nautilus in Splatoon 3 yet. Maybe I'm not being observant enough, but I was surprised to see that out of Toxic Punks. Strong, extremely strong main weapon out of Splatoon 2.
Yes. I was surprised to see the Nautilus and the Heavy. A double Heavy comp, while not completely unusual, not usually a lot of preference for that in 2 especially.
It definitely limits your movement. And as we go back and reflect on what we just saw, Totsugeki got to the zone really fast. Yeah. Maybe having that double Splatling comp is part of what slowed Toxic.
Yeah. And, well, it was surprising not only the fact that they got to the zone, but that once they capped it, they were already in their base. Seeing that Sloshing on their grates right as the zone started ticking was an amazing move.
Now, what I want to say, I'm starting to be a believer in the sloshing machine. I was never against it, but Booyah Bomb, it's kind of got that K-52 vibe. Yeah. It's survivable. It's not that good at painting, but it's got the tools at its disposal outside of the main weapon to stay alive, get away, and just keep pushing the objective 2 with it. So this sloshing machine did so much work, and I think we're about to see it do a bit more.
I think we're going to see it do some real damage here. I really think this is a kit that the weapon always kind of deserved, and to really see it be able to get its chance to shine and not really be held down like K-Machine was in Splat 2 is an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm not trying to obsess, but that Booyah Bomb is, if they're keeping it, this next one's going to be great. Hagglefish Market, I do remember this one because it stands out to me. It's unique. So many drop points. It's tower control. Booyah Bomb is a GG special in my head. It can end the game so quickly.
So quickly.
I do think Splatoon 3 has some tools to make that less of a guarantee, though. And so I hope what we're seeing out of Toxic Punks, I want to believe in them. I think they need to adapt. They got to bring that confidence into their fights and just know that Totsugeki's going to move quick because they got the tools to punish people who move quick.
Yes. Now, the question is if they can stay up the pace, and we'll see here with double shot on the side of Totsugeki. And
double shot. The Blaster's so good here. I'm so excited to see some Luna gameplay.
I'm so glad that Blasters are back in this game. It's an amazing thing to see, and we see the loadouts here. Oh, we've seen a lot of Intensify action on the side of the T-Tax.
We are seeing Totsugeki kind of stay clustered up here. It looks like they're moving as a unit, just want to get to that tower. Again, Toxic Punk's taking the more spread out route, and I want to see if it works out for them. They're trying to claim safe points. Immediate trade. Nice. Okay, now it's Totsugeki's down. So Toxic Punk's maybe actually spreading out and claiming that ground is working out for them. They have the Tacticooler going. It is time for them to push. This is a comfortable spot to be in.
Extremely comfortable. Oh, that was a nice use of that vacuum. They're sucking it up so their teammate can jump freely, and it seems to work out well in their favor as they're able to reverse whatever momentum Totsugeki had going.
Yes, Toxic.
Oh, sorry, Toxic Punks.
Totsugeki is going on to the offensive here, but it's not free. This machine is trying to get a pick here, and they get the pick on the Tacticoolered splatter shot, so they will be right back. We have a Wave Breaker that was out here very briefly, but it's gone. There's so many tools here applying a little bits of pressure. And
wow,
what
that
did
was
I
an
miss?
amazing Luna getting a triple.
Okay, Luna, great job. I believe that was Saturn.
Yes.
They're moving up now. Toxic Punks, again, saying we are here to fight. We know how to fight. We just got to take it at a slightly different pace than what you were expecting.
Yep.
This, underrated in my opinion. Wavebreaker is doing some nice subtle damage. They just got to be careful of Totsugeki's charger here. That will pick them off the tower.
And absolutely
over
stopping
over
their momentum.
Right
a double pick.
A double.
Almost a triple.
Okay, a double, but it's not over. They just got through yet another checkpoint. I think it's getting to slow down, though. Totsugeki is digging their heels in. They found their footing. They got everyone off the tower from Toxic Punks, and now it's time to reclaim mid, recollect themselves. That was only one checkpoint. They will be right back in no time, but these jumps are flying in already. The fight is
a nice movement.
not
Oh,
leaving
a
mid.
perfect swap over there. I love the way these T-Techs are moving over here on Totsugeki. I know. They're jumping out. Can they make it?
Wow,
Oh, wow.
they got away. Totsugeki did not punish that jump. It was tough, I understand. But that would be a moment to just completely twist their arm. And just like that, the checkpoint is here. Someone just fell on drop. This is not looking super
and a
comfy
3v1
yet.
here. I think Yovi's just in dire straits
Yeah,
there.
that was going to be a tough one for Yovi. If they got away with that with a trade, that would have been a very good accolade for them.
And we see just all the specials coming out here on the side of Totsugeki. They really want to make sure
Lead
they get
flips
this
in
checkpoint.
favor of Totsugeki. They are popping every special to guarantee this checkpoint for themselves.
And a nice
Moving
double on the side of-
Machine gets up in here, and again, they are just going to be not camping, but they're going to be twisting any opportunity. Another
At this point,
wipeout.
it might be a cap with a wipeout like that.
This might be a KO, but they cannot afford to give up. This could be the set in their hands.
And it looks like it has gone straight to Totsugeki.
Totsugeki, the years of experience under their belts, it came in favor. They knew that if they just approach this with confidence, they know the fundamentals of Splatoon. They don't have to worry about how new everything is, but even then, they utilized it effectively. But sometimes just winning your fights is all you need to do.
100%. And you can absolutely see, as I said earlier, your age doesn't show in this game for sure. 100%.
Yeah. It's a kid's game, but we're showing talent and dedication. And
Old dogs teach the
we're
new
really
tricks.
overstating their age, I feel here. I just maybe
Yeah,
we
they're
should
not
dial
like
it back.
groaning and like on the canes or anything here.
That's
We're
me
just
at
saying.
26. That was a good showing for both teams. I really think Toxic Punks, they dialed it up for that second game. It looked like they thought about how they wanted to do the counterplay, so I don't want to understate that. They put up a much stronger push.
Oh, easily. In fact, it looked like Toxic Punks had that in the bag for a moment there, and we were really concerned for what Totsugeki was going to have on defensive because it seemed like their comp was pretty balanced for just being able to have those wipeouts after wipeouts after wipeouts and not get wiped out themselves.
Yeah, that visual feedback of the wipeout, it really illustrated just like those moments where all four are down. That is like such free territory for the other team. I feel like having that visual feedback is really going to demonstrate to the players, like, don't let this happen.
Yeah. Don't let this happen, and if it happens to them, use what you can and go as far as you can go.
Exactly, and I think Toxic Punks is going to approach the next sets humbly with this knowledge. I think that was, I mean, it's Swiss. That's probably going to be one of their toughest opponents. I think if they keep up what they're doing, stay mindful, stay nimble, and keep adjusting their strategies, they're going to have some good success.
Yeah, 100%, I think. And I'm excited to see where both of these teams go today and hopefully to see them play tomorrow, too, in the addition to Splat 2, which is coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, it feels like this weekend has already gone so much. This has been one day. It's just this new game is throwing all this information at us. It's a treat.
100%
But wow,
a treat.
it just feels like time is flying.
100%. I mean, we're talking, in the venue, people are playing single player or going through their own Splat 3 scrims. In our own room for IHOP, we've hit about just every mode. Just trying to get as much as we can to absorb in this one day that we kind of have.
I'm still emotionally processing the new boss waves and salmon run, and I'm like, but I got to be paying attention to these competitive sets. There's so much talent being put on display here. There's so many new strategies that I haven't even considered, and I'm learning so much. Even just commentating, I'm learning as a player, which is awesome. I just get the exposure to this high-level play that I would not necessarily be engaging with in the same active way.
Yeah, totally falls for me too. The fact that I'm a lab monster, so the fact that this game has 4 training rooms and finding out that there's 4 training rooms, I'm running through all of them that I can to get as much research as I can, not just for the commentary, but also for the gameplay. You already kind of said, I love seeing
so many places to just run around and kick some dummies. It's kind of neat.
It is.
I feel like this game is going to train people up a bit stronger than Splatoon.
Yes, I think this is the game that if anyone's going to step into for competitive or really get yourself back into the ink, this is the one that is made specifically for you to do that. Competitive has a long way to go here.
I'm so excited for the future of the game. I'm excited for the future of this tournament, and I do not know what to expect yet, because that's the magic of Swiss.